There was a wreck on that off-ramp. See the lights? And now look at this. This car's coming up beside me. He's passing me. That's how I know that I'm doing too slow and I need to get over. So. And while we're on the talk about features like that would be something I'd like to see, is the ability to see like other trucks in your fleet, but unfortunately, you know, it don't. But another thing I would like to see though is better weather effects. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, this game has weather effects, it has weather, but I mean, and the weather that it does have is okay. But like when I'm in like Colorado, I'd expect snow. I mean, you know, or even as when I'm like in a northern state at all, or Canada, I'd expect snow. And this guy's gonna have to get out of my way. But there's not any. And the speed limit just went up to 70, so that must mean I crossed out of California. That must mean I'm in Arizona! Let's crank it up to 70. Now it's 75. Yep, we're definitely in Arizona. Geo welcomes you guys to... where's that? Ehrenberg, Arizona? Is that what they call it? Okay, this is one of those claustrophobic moments I was talking about. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Really? You're gonna have to get out of my way, buddy. Thank you. Scourge. Well, that's the first time this way station's caught me. So, that's a plus. I bet it's because I'm piggybacking. So anyway, now we get to see how much I'm weighed down. I'm carrying gross weight 70,000 pounds. That's a lot of freaking toys. Dude. Unfortunately, that speed limit stays 75 for a while. There's been a wreck up there, too. Let's go to third person. Like, look at that wreck from a third person perspective. Yo, that one looks like it's been a bad one, dude. Oh, wow. That one had been a bad one. Yeah, I seen your truck. So, and that's just one of the many things you'll see in this game. Don't get me wrong, it's a fun game. It's a good game. But these long hauls are not even where it's at. I'm guessing I'm at like 30 minutes or 45 minutes now. Which, that's what it feels like anyway. Don't know for sure. Might split this video up into parts. Actually, come to think of it, I'm going to. I'm not going to end it. I'm just going to like flat out record all of it and then split it up into 2 parts. So, if that's how I do it, then each state's going to be a different part. So, like we're in Arizona right now. Well, when we kick over into New Mexico, that'll be part 3. Yeah, that's how I do it. What part of what area of California I was in will be part 1. Arizona will be part 2, and then every state that I go to will be a different part of this video. So, y'all prepare yourselves for that. Dude, what the heck? Jesus! Why would you do that? Did you see that? Like, I literally had to lock it down to avoid hitting that moron. Like, literally got over into the fast lane in a 75 mile per hour speed zone doing like 10. What is wrong with people? Holy crap. That was freaking insane. God, I came close to hitting him, too. That's one thing I can say about this game. They got the traffic spot on. Like, real life traffic. Like, if that's what they were emulating, they got it spot on. I'll be driving, doing 75, in a 75, in the fast lane, passing people left and right. You just have cars jump out in front of you and not even caring about their safety or anything like that. Those are just, like, people do that in real life, too, though. Like, drivers in real life are freaking crazy. But drivers in this game are just as crazy. So, you know. So, and the barrier, that one to the right of me right now. Like, if y'all watched my, if y'all seen my invisible wall video, you'll know that that's what I hit, and it technically isn't an invisible wall. But when I was driving that, I looked down at the map for like a split second, and from what the map was saying, I needed to go straight on the highway, not get off of the highway. Well, going straight on the highway is where the barrier was. I didn't know that the barrier was right there. Like, needless to say, I hit the barrier, and I hit it hard. So, yeah. And then in that same session, like after I backed up and fixed the wreck or the barrier wreck, there was this idiot who cut me off like that. But like, he didn't cut me off from way back. Like that car that just cut me off, he didn't really cut me off. He just got over and was doing like 20 in a 75. And I had to lock it down to avoid him. Now see, normal truckers would have noticed that that car was doing that slow and would have not had to lock it down like that. But like, look at where that bus is. Now, imagine if that bus got over like now. Right? A car did that to me and I had literally no time to stop. Like, at all. Smashed into him. And that ended that whole session. Because first and foremost, that was the first mission at all. I was not in my own truck by any means because I hadn't had the money to afford one. Let's see, what other crazies were there in that specific one aside from that? Just a bunch of crazy stuff. Wasn't able to afford my own truck, so I wasn't in my own truck. The very first thing I did was hit the wall. That did a little bit of damage to the truck that I was in, and it did a lot of damage to the cargo, believe it or not. How am I speeding? Oh, the city speed limit. Okay. That's another thing. Like, once you get inside of city limits in some states and cities, they'll the speed limit will drop, even if you are still on the interstate. Now, don't get me wrong, that happens in real life. That's a good thing that they've emulated. But, you know, the signs could be more clear about where that's going to happen at. Yeah. Anyway, so when the little car pulled out in front of me and I locked it down, well, see, from the first time I locked it down, my tires were already a little worn. The engine was a little worn because it hit a car, hit an invisible wall, and you know, I don't know how that would damage an engine in real life. I don't know how it would damage anything in real life. It was invisible. But there was some stuff that had damage. And when I hit the car, there was some stuff that got even more damage than already was. My cargo was totaled, so therefore continuing... Wait, is this where I need to get off? Nope. Woohoo! Ha! That was freaking illegal as crap, and that was... Oh, no, it wasn't. Alright. Go figure. Wouldn't even have needed to have done all that. But the cargo was destroyed, like, all the way, 100% damage, so I wouldn't have got paid for it. The engine was so low that the truck just kept dying every time I kept going, so I was just like, you know what? I'm going to lose more money in this mission than I'm going to make, and it's the first mission. I'll be bankrupt before the game even starts. So I had to restart, but anyway. And there was that, and there was 2 more actual restarts before I actually started getting good and got my own truck. And then I got my own truck and went to Canada and fell through the map. Yeah. But see, I didn't have to restart all the way from that. Like that wasn't a thing that would have broke me or bankrupted me or anything. Like even though that was $120,000 haul, like whoa, that $120,000 haul wasn't the end of the world in that case, because yeah, it did reset me. It didn't charge me for resetting me though, which is a good thing, because it thought, oh wait, this is a bug and it was our fault. We're not gonna worry about it, type deal. So, that's how come I didn't have to do a full out game restart from there. That and I already had my own truck. I wasn't about to do a full out game restart from there. Once you get to the point you got your own truck though, you're on your own. Like in terms of gas. See, the thing about gas is when you don't have your own truck, when you're not driving your own truck for deliveries, the company that you're driving for will pay for your gas. They won't pay for your tickets, but your tickets won't be as much. They'll pay for parts of them. Oh yeah, that was another thing. Another reason I had to restart. Like, usually the gas, when you're in a company truck, one that's not your own, it used to start it off at 100% every time. Now it's emulated more realistically, and if you get in a truck that somebody else's drove and didn't fill up, well then you're going to be stuck having to fill it up. But the company pays the gas bill. But I didn't realize that, and literally ran out of gas halfway through one of the very first missions, and I was like, really? Wait, nope, not cruise. That was the reason I had to restart the second time, though, is because I like flat out ran out of gas. And then the third time there was a glitch that was literally so game breaking that I couldn't have continued. And I don't know what caused it, but I do know that I was tired. Like I am getting in the game now. Like my character was tired, needed sleep. So I pulled off up to a rest stop to sleep, did everything. It told me that I slept, and I got back on the road and was immediately still sleepy. Now, of course, thinking like I do, that when you sleep it automatically fills you all the way up. Oops. I just kind of assumed that same thing then too. And it didn't fill me all. It like didn't even budge it. Like I slept, and like the thing was I wasn't that tired. It was I don't know what caused it to glitch like that. But I get on the road and like every so often driving down the road it would black me out. And so I finally was able to get the next rest stop and sleep again. And I slept like 3 times in a row, and my tiredness meter was, and yeah. Anyway, so what I've noticed though about sleep is you can usually get about 700 miles on one rest, approximately. And that's what I factor it on anyway, is 700. So that's how I factor in where I'm going to stop for rests and stuff. Of course, the reason I had to stop and rest back in California was because I had saved and quit right in the middle of this haul and reopened there and didn't realize how tired I was. Of course, that being said, I also came off of a straight shot, like no sleep, from Los Angeles to, where did I go? Omaha, Nebraska, and back, like with no sleep. Like, I don't know how my dude did it. Like, I think that was a glitch because the tiredness meter didn't budge at all in that case either. Like, it didn't go, it didn't raise like it should have. But once I got back to Los Angeles, like, I noticed that it did raise a heck of a lot faster. Woohoo! Taking that curve at 75 probably wasn't the brightest idea, was it? But anyway, I didn't worry too much about that one. Like, my sleep meter went woo real fast. Of course, my gas meter was a little glitched then too, but didn't pay attention to that either. Technically, how much fuel do I have? I've got a half a tank, give or take. And you can't trust the mile per gallon readout on the dash there, because it's saying I get, technically I don't know how many miles or how many gallons I've got in the tank. Exactly. Like, I know that it's a 220 gallon tank, so if we're looking, then that's 110 gallons. if it's exactly half, which at 5.3 miles per gallon, that would be like, give or take 550 miles for what I've got left. But like if I were to look, okay, never mind, maybe it is accurate. It wasn't. I know that much. Like, it was giving me 1200 with half a tank at one point. So maybe 700 does seem about right at 5.3 miles per gallon and with 110 gallons. Of course, it'd be a little more than 110 because it's a little more than half a tank, but yeah, no. And gas prices, by the way, while I'm thinking about it, I don't think that they're 100% accurate. But I do know that there's a mod that updates every week for each state that gives the accurate gas prices for the state you're in for that week. So if you want 100% realism, there you go. But I'm not downloading that mod. Dude, that car's smoking. Overheating much, buddy? But anyway, what I was saying, I'm not downloading that mod because I want as few mods as possible. And the Coast to Coast mod I've got and the Canada Dream, which is what they're called, are really not mods in the perspective, at least from what I read, they're not mods in the perspective that somebody actually went and created them and uploaded them to the game. They're more on the lines of, this is stuff that already existed that the game developers haven't unlocked yet because they've not worked on that much yet. And so they locked it away from the public view, and the two mods, the Canada and the Coast to Coast expansion of the United States, just unlocks that. So, from what I read, of course, you know, there's other stuff that I've read about this game that I'm not so sure of, but, you know. So, getting tired again. I don't think I even made it 700 miles on that last... Well, actually, yep. We've been 700 miles this video. This whole video. Let's see. So, time to find a rest stop. Which, technically speaking, I think what I'm going to do, if I can hold that long, yeah, make it to the first rest stop we can get to in New Mexico. Because New Mexico is going to be part 3, and we'll just rest in New Mexico. And then, like, we'll rest in part 3. That way we've done the whole part 2 with no rest. Yeah. And then from there, it's down the 10 into Texas. Yeah. Alright. Actually, at that rest stop in, New Mexico, I'm probably going to have to refuel, too. I'm thinking about it. I don't know how far away that is, but I know that I have enough sleep to get me there. Do I have enough gas to get me beyond there? So we'll play better safe than sorry and fuel up there, too, because, you know, that'll be part 3. We're really not that far from New Mexico, though. Texas is going to be a really long part. Texas is a big state, though. So, speaking of being a big state, you know, they say everything is bigger in Texas. Somebody actually is trying to make a 1-to-1 scale mod of Texas. Don't get me wrong, that would be freaking epic. Like, a 1-to-1 scale mod of this game of any state would be epic. But it would be freaking boring. Like, I mean, unless that's the kind of thing that you're into. Like, yeah, like, I like driving when it's scaled down like this. But, like, if I'm driving, like, 1,400 miles for real, well, first and foremost, it's going to take a couple of days for real. I mean, you know. So, at 1-to-1, 55 miles per hour, you'll get 55 miles in an hour. Like, there's no scaling to it. Like, crazy stuff. So we're in San Simon right now. I think that's technically still Arizona. I'm going into New Mexico and into part 3. No, not now. Loan? Yep, paid my loan. Cool, cool. Yeah, we're not in there yet. In there? No, we're not there yet. Actually, I think that street sign up there is saying, "Welcome to New Mexico." Let's get over. Yeah, welcome to New Mexico. So, that'll be part 2. Here's part 3. And part 3 is me staying in this lane, not getting back over. Yeah, actually, you know what? I don't know. Get over. Because I don't want to hit that truck. It's the last thing I want to do. So. And here we come up on that rest station I need to stop at. And we'll rest and get fuel. Why not, right? Doop 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 doop. Wait, that better be a rest station. That better have not just scales. Adds just scales. Dang it. And they're gonna... Oh no, I can bypass it. Alright. So those scales are not gonna hit me. Well, that sucks because I thought that was a fuel station and rest station in scales. Yeah, well, you suck then. Kind of glad it didn't hit me. That one's always hit me. Yo, dude. Oh, that was my air horn? You want to hear something funny? This truck also has a weird horn. And rumble strips. No, I actually drove over the rumble strips. But, yeah. Alright, I know that rest stop was appearing somewhere down through, or, yeah, rest stop. Is that it? Yeah, welcome. No, wait, couldn't read that sign. Well, this ought to be fun. Oh, there it is. You know, there is this thing called an accelerator. You can press it. Don't brake check me. I see you there. Moron. What are you doing? Why would you... Oh, I see. I didn't even notice the sign there. See, I should have been in that lane. Look out, U-Haul. Dude, you literally almost caused me to hit you. Because there's been a wreck. Oh, yeah. Oh! Ow! Boy, I'd say. Dang. Okay. Reduced to 45. I'm not doing that fast, so... I like how it says reduce speed to 45, but it still says that I can do 75. Hey, you stop that. I did. Oh, now it says 65. But anyway, whatevs. Yo, while I'm here, I might as well repair my truck too. Like, let's see. First and foremost, we're gonna just... What are you doing? Whoo, I done thought he hit me. Okay, primary mode of business. I need gas. Well, no, primary is I need to rest, but... It's Pedro. Why is that funny? That is not funny. Why is that funny? Alright. Diesel price, $2.69 a gallon. Kill the engine, pump it up. Oh yeah, now while I'm outside the truck and it's actually daylight though. Let's see, you got Geo in the window, and you got Ghost in the window, and that fuel was $370 worth. The flames and the rims. Oh yeah, what I was talking about, the bull bar, the front mirrors there next to it, and the bug shield on top of it. They don't. That's the only difference in this truck and my other trucks. Oh, that, and they only have one exhaust stack. I forgot about that. I added two in this one when I made them. They should have two, and I'll go remake them, like re-upgrade them in a minute and do that. But yeah, I'm not gonna do this illegally though. I'm like actually gonna pull in a parking spot before I rest. At 11:30 at night. Actually, how much time do I have to? Oh yeah, I got 63 hours. I should have plenty. Alright, that's Skells. And there's the repair station there. Yo! That would have been bad. Yeah, I've got 63 hours left to deliver this, and that's going to take 22 hours from here. In-game. Yeah, that gives me time. I'll stop and get some tune-up repair work. Okay, I could upgrade, but I ain't going to. Let's see. Actually, my engine don't have any damage. My transmission is 2%. Chassis and cabin are 3% apiece, and my wheels are 10. Well, let's just repair everything. And it's literally only going to cost me $200 to repair everything. Dude, I like my insurance. Now my truck is in tip-top shape. And that didn't take too long. So yeah, if I keep going at a good pace, my ETA will... It ain't gonna take as long as it's... It's not gonna take as long as the game's giving me. Like, the game is giving me a heck of a lot more time than it's gonna take. Even if I stop 2 more times, which technically I am gonna have to stop at least 2 more times because rest. Oh, that was so close, and that is why I hate driving at night. Alright. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. I gotta zoom back up. I don't have to, but let's just hope that they ain't nothing coming, because I'm gonna hit this highway and be gone. There we go. Midnight. Perfect time to start trucking, because it's just gonna take so long to become daylight again. And technically speaking, I think I'm only going to have to stop 1 more time. I did my math wrong. If I can get through approximately 700 miles on 1 rest, well, then I'll have to stop 1 more time, and then I can deliver to the destination without having to stop again. Right, and then go rest afterwards. That would be how you do that. See, Geo? You can maths. And my trucker fleet are all doing good. I'd seen down at the bottom earlier, it said one of them had delivered. Nope, nope. Let off the gas for a minute. Cruise control. There we go. Yeehaw! So, we'll check into the fleet after the delivery. So...